Thomas Edison once said that to invent, you need a good imagination and a pile of junk. Hi, my name is Priscilla. I'm 14 years old and I attend the West Iredell 4-H Club. When I'm not working on 4-H projects, I enjoy hiking, woodworking, and missions. Today I would like to tell you about how you can use pallets to upcycle. Many people recycle cans and newspapers and bottles and boxes, which means that they'll take the recycling to the recycling center. The recycling center then breaks it down and uses those same materials to make more cans, newspapers, bottles, and boxes. But how many people upcycle? Upcycling means that you change the value of junk by making something new and different out of it. Pallets are the perfect project for upcycling. Now you may be wondering, what is a pallet? A pallet is used for shipping and trucking. Merchandise can be carried on these pallets to their destinations and easily loaded using forklifts, making it go easily at factories and warehouses. A pallet is made of hardwood planks that are nailed together in a special pattern to make it strong. First you have a layer of planks on the top, some studs to keep it together, and a few other planks to keep it strong. Now, 450 billion pallets were manufactured in the US in 2012. I've written that number up here to show you just how big it is. That's 10 zeros. About 1.8 billion pallets are used on any given day in the US. Lots of trees fall down to make these pallets, but lots of these pallets can end up rotted or thrown out. Isn't there a better way to use this wood? The answer is yes. I'd like to tell you about 3 different types of projects that you can do using pallets: buildings, household items, and homestead items. Let's get started. There are several buildings that you can make using pallets, from doghouses and chicken coops to sheds, barns, and utility buildings. But I would like to specifically look at building a clubhouse out of pallets, because this last year I built one. I'd wanted a tree house, but the trees in our home were just too high, so I decided to do a clubhouse instead. For the floor, we used a plywood. For the walls, we did 2x4 studs, pallets as the bottom half, and then we screened it in. For the roof, we used plastic roofing sheets. It was a fun and educational process, and I loved it. Now I want to do the pallets for the walls because it's a lot cheaper than buying plywood for the walls, which is one of the more expensive types of lumber. Also, I wanted to screen in, so number one, there would hopefully be no bugs, and secondly, it wouldn't feel as dark and as closed in as other clubhouses that I've been in. Pallets are a great use to make the walls, like I did, or even foundations. Pallets can also be used to enhance your home by making chairs, tables, benches, and some of my favorites, beds, bookshelves, and porch swings. And who wouldn't want to sleep in a bed made out of pallets? I am in the process of making a coffee table for our deck. First, I wanted to pick the right pallet. Something strong, nothing moldy, and nothing too big. Then I sanded it down using a sander so that there wouldn't be any rough edges. Next, I'll be adding some simple 2x4 legs, staining and varnishing it, and there you have it. This is what a pallet coffee table might look like when it's finished. Another fun project is a decorative sign for your home. Many homes have signs with family rules, verses, sayings, and quotes that hang in their kitchens, living rooms, family rooms, or even their bathrooms. Using a couple planks from a pallet, you can make your own. All you have to do is stencil out what you want to say, paint over that, and then if you want, you could stain it, and then hang it up. It's really easy. Aren't pallets amazing? They allow you to experience woodworking firsthand, put your own flair on things for a much cheaper price, and as a bonus, you're keeping good wood from going to waste. Now, pallets don't only have to be used for furniture or some cool buildings for your backyard. They can also be used practically in your garden, on your farm, or just around your home. A few examples: a vertical garden, a tool organizer, a garden table, gates, fences, hay feeders, even animal pens can be made using pallets. I have built 3 different items for our homestead. First, I built a firewood holder. All I had to do was put a layer of pallets down the ground, nail other pallets around 3 of the sides, stack with firewood, and tie down with the tarp. It's a very easy, practical project that keeps all your wood safe and dry in one spot. Next, I built a compost bin. Just like the firewood holder, all I had to do was nail 3 pallets to form 3 sides. I left the other side open, but that way you could turn it around. Then we started composting. Depending on how much you compost, you can make as many of these compartments as you need. And finally, I made a raised bed garden. Depending on how big you want it, you could either nail them all together like I did, or if you want a shallower one, you could cut them in half, or take out some of the planks and then nail them together. Then all we did was put a weed-resistant cloth underneath, and I filled it with soil and started planting. Another cool thing is that you can make it a vertical garden and a raised bed garden all in one by planting herbs or flowers in the sides. So, next time you have a project that you need done around your homestead, farm, or in your garden, see if your pallets do the job, because there's a very good chance that they may. Now, I've come to the end of my examples, but not to my ideas. They never cease. Let your imagination run wild with pallets, making and creating stuff out of hardwood planks that could have gone to waste. Now, hopefully, you're pumped and ready to begin your own pallet projects. But you might have a few questions, like, where would I find pallets? Well, I have a few suggestions. Check on Craigslist.com. Just type in pallets and see if there's any listings for free or cheap pallets in your area. Keep an eye out for free pallets in your warehouses or even in your neighborhood. Sometimes when people have scrap wood that they don't want, they'll just put it on the side of the road and you can leave it for the garbage truck. Well, this is your chance. Go get it before the garbage truck does and see if there's any good wood in there that you can keep and use. Warehouses sometimes do the same thing. My dad works near a warehouse that will sometimes put piles of pallets outside for free. He can just load up his truck and brings them home for me to build stuff with. It's like Christmas. Also, you may wonder, what sort of tools do I need? Because for some people, tools can be big, expensive, scary, and dangerous. But that's not really the case. For my clubhouse, I used a circular saw, which is much easier than using a table saw or a miter saw. I also used a power screwdriver, which was very helpful in saving time. But most of the projects I just told you about can basically be done with a hammer and nails. It's really that easy. Just remember your safety glasses. Also, you might ask, what were my resources? Where did I get these great ideas? The book, Keep Out, Build Your Own Backyard Clubhouse by Lee Moms was a really great resource. It took you from start to finish to building your own clubhouse. The websites, thefreerangelife.com, teachinggoodthings.com, YouTube videos, and Google Images gave me a ton of my ideas. So in conclusion, pallets are hardwood planks used in shipping, used for buildings, household and homestead items, and many other things. Easy to use using simple tools, cheap or free, and finally, great for upcycling, turning junk into a treasure. So next time you see a pile of pallets next to the road, stop, take some home, use them, invent something, and put that good wood to a good use.